here we are, this is who we are.
Welp, here you are. If you're a fan of Taylor, that's why you're here. If you're a fan of us, thank you. But
nobody is. That's nobody. Nobody.
Yeah. I just want to ask this before you skip ahead to the part where we just go. I want to just mention that this is from one of our patrons, Jesse, who's here in our chat right now. So thank you, Jesse, for this song. I don't know any background other than this is some of the last tracks from the anthology from the Tortured Poets Department.
The Tortured Dead Poets. Nathan, a little bit of trivia here. This is the shortest song. Apparently, it's Taylor's shortest song ever.
Oh, really?
At 2 minutes, 11 seconds. That is short. But apparently, have you heard of this poet? Emily Dickinson?
Yes. Okay. Just a side, a reflection back. Remember last session we were talking about the different poets in the Romantic era. Emily Dickinson's one of the most famous ones. Yeah. Yeah, fall asleep. So the Romantic poets were in the 1800s, and they had so many good things to say. Some of their poetry, some of the best poetry that ever existed. And Emily Dickinson was really good at poetry.
Now, Nathan, I know you're, of course, the moment you started saying, remember the last time we talked about, I remember. That was the best nap I've had on this channel. But I didn't know this.
Definitely skipped ahead.
You know what? The people that skip can just skip to a different channel for all I care. They can just listen to it on their Spotify. Why do they even come here? I want to see people talk about and react to a song and talk about the song, but I want nothing to hear about what they have to say. I don't, anyways. Nathan, did you know this? That Taylor apparently is a distant cousin of Emily.
Oh, no way.
According to my research,
cool.
I could be wrong, but this was confirmed in 2024. Let me know if my research is wrong. And Taylor calls Emily her quill genre. Maybe that's in the song, maybe. Quill genre. Quote, quill genre. But apparently this song has ties to Dickinson's, quote, I had been hungry all the years, looking through windows as longing.
Okay.
So there you go. So tell me why we listen to the poetic lyrics of Taylor if you see any Emily Dickinson.
I'm not a super fan of Emily Dickinson.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I love her poetry. I just haven't really delved into it and absorbed enough of it. And so this is good. This is actually something I want more exposure to. So
okay, here we go.
Bring it on.
The tiniest death, I spied the catch in your breath. Out, 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 out. Northbound, I got carried away as you boarded your train. South, 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 south. A feather taken by the wind, blowing. I'm afflicted by the night. So I look in people's windows, chance fixed by rose golden glows. They have their friends over to drink nice wine. I look in people's windows in case you're at their table. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time? You had stopped and tilted your head. I still ponder what it meant. Now, 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 now. I tried searching faces on streets. What are the chances you'd be down, 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 down? Does it feel alright to not know me? I'm addicted to the F. Only so I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. I attend Christmas parties from outside. I look in people's people's windows in case you're at their table. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time?
It is short. You're right. The tiniest death. There's a French phrase for orgasms, and it's le petit mort. And I don't speak French.
The small death. Yeah.
It means the little death. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's referring to the feeling of weakness or exhaustion right after the orgasm. This obviously fits squarely on this part of the album and in this genre of her music. I was trying to find the poem that you referred to, and I realized that's spot on. Emily Dickinson and Taylor's style are very similar. And now that makes me interested to make some, I'm sure it's been done already. I'm sure everybody's already been like, is this and this. That's great. Emily Dickinson, really interesting. Well, she didn't want any of her poetry to be public.
Oh.
There's a whole story with her where she had these obsessions with different people and then would write about them, but would hide the poetry and didn't want anyone to ever read it. And it wasn't until after she had died that all this stuff became very public. She would let friends know and see her poetry once in a while, but it was not very frequent. At least that's what I remember about Emily Dickinson. Yeah. And then after she died, and that's why you go to her poetry, none of them have titles. None of the poems have titles. It's always like the first line is the title.
Interesting.
Right? But it's beautiful stuff. And now that I know that, I feel like, I've missed that all the way along. That's where Taylor's drawing a lot of her version of the romantic poetry. I still think she knows the other ones. I'm pretty sure she's familiar with the other famous ones, but certainly Emily Dickinson, I get it now.
There was a line here that really spoke to me right here. Does it feel all right to not know me? I'm addicted to the if only. We do that all the time. I know I've done it a lot. We've talked about that on this channel. The if only, if only, if only, if only. Mm-hmm. If I only did this, if I only said that, if I didn't do that, if I did that. You wonder sometimes when you look through the windows, what else I thought about looking through the windows? What's a modern version of that? I know it's kind of a leading question. Looking through people's windows into their life.
Social media?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been guilty of it. I'm not perfect, guys. Yes, I like to say that, I don't ever let social media ever affect. Oh, shut up. Everyone's a freaking saint, but the people who actually admit it, So I'm not afraid to admit that I have looked at social media throughout my life, obviously through the last number of years that it's been around. I'm better at it, but I don't make a habit of it, but it's naturally happened. You don't look for it. That's what I should say. Is I'm not looking for comparisons, but sometimes you naturally will see something that somebody's presented to the world by looking into their window, their life, their kitchen. Sometimes it is their kitchen table, whatever it might be that they're sharing through their social media window. It could be somebody that you used to date or know, or maybe you wanted to date or something in the past or whatever it is. And you see them with somebody else. You think, could that have been me at the dinner table? Could that have been our children or whatever it is? Your brain goes there because there's an alternate sliding doors universe that your brain sometimes goes towards. Now, you shouldn't be addicted to it because as she goes, I'm addicted to the if only. So that's a bad thing. You don't want to be addicted to it, but it can cross your mind. The windows isn't necessarily her physically driving to Buddy's house, pulling up to their driveway and looking through their window on their lawn, though that is like the literal, but I think it's metaphorically speaking, looking at people's lives and most likely through social media, the what ifs. Are you thinking about me? Are you looking through my windows as well? It can be a lonely way to live, of course. I'm just saying, throughout my years of life, it's happened. But do not become addicted to it because comparison is the thief of joy.
Ryan, you keep saying, Nathan, you're the smart one in this channel. You always have great things to say. And then, of course, you go, no, I don't. Yes, you have great things to say. That was well said.
Okay, Nathan, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. This has been fun. Stay tuned for more. More on the way.
Are you still here? Get out of here.